We welcome in now the very happy Brent Vernon. Coach, I know there's been some tough ones this year. That one here at home against a rival like Georgetown, the number 4 ranked team in the country, backs semi-sorta against the wall. A huge response and effort from your bunch.
Yeah, very proud, man. I'm going to say it has. It's been a rough go-around. You know, you look at injuries. It just seems like a lot of times we've not been able to catch that break. All those close losses, you know, they can mount up and play games with you. But our guys just hung the course, and we came in today, and I really thought first half especially, we were really good defensively. Our matchups were great, the way we guard. We had the guys we wanted to shooting. And it was a little easier in the first half because they're on our end so they can hear us. You know, second half, it's where it's really tough. Stewart got going, and he's a really good player for him, and we just sort of traded baskets sort of late, and then we got to the foul line, and we made enough to seal it.
Stephon Adams hit some crazy, difficult shots tonight, a couple of those turnaround, little fall-away turnarounds. He had a tough shot late in the shot clock, a 3 over in that far side. He stepped up when you needed big buckets here tonight. He knocked down 4 free throws late as well to help push you guys over the hump. Yeah,
and, you know, he's in the gym all the time, and we've talked. There's times his shots that he takes are a little rushed and maybe even too difficult, but there's also times when you have scores like Zob and Hagan as a coach, even though it's really hard, you have to let them go and you have to let them see what they can do. And today was one of those that it's hard for me to sit there and never pull it back because he made them. They were difficult, but he gets he wants to get to a spot. An offensive player, when they really work on their game, and he does, they find spots on the floor they really try to get to. And you could see he's always trying to get to certain spots, and he got to them tonight. And even though they're tough shots, he came up big and made some.
Andrew Smith was Andrew Smith tonight, a tough athletic matchup for him. He finishes with 18.7 rebounds, and I know we'd like to have a few more of those finishes in close, but this is a Georgetown bunch. They're throwing 3 different guys at him with Reed and Coffey and Dow. They tried to make it difficult on him. They did, but he still answered the bell.
They do a really good job of just really throwing a lot of bodies at him and wearing him down. And they also, a lot of teams do it, but nobody more than Georgetown. They make sure every possession he is involved in playing the ball screen. So you got a big guy like Drew who's running from the block to the three-point line or extended every possession. First half was the best he's probably played a ball screen maybe in his entire life. Second half he did wear down a little bit, but again, sometimes you just got to do just enough. And I thought he did. Late in the game when Stewart got going, we thought about making a change and putting Ron on him, and it wasn't because of what Zob was doing. I was worried about fatigue, and we called a timeout, and we were going to do it, and Zob did sort of what a senior does, a captain. He says, "Coach, I'm sticking with it." And I know Stewart still got going, but Zob was determined to keep fighting and trying to make it as tough as he could for him.
Tonight, Jawan Duran, coach, he hit a big 3. He had a terrific take to the rack at one point. He had a couple of monster plays on the offensive end and a couple of big ones on the defensive end at critical times, it felt like.
He did a pretty good job. And again, JD, the thing right now that we're working hard to get out of, and obviously time's running out, but it's almost feast or famine with him. It's almost I'm really good or doing pretty good, or I'm really just not into it. I had a gut feeling he was going to be into it today. We got up some shots on Monday, and him and Dion worked together with Coach Mark, and they got a lot of shots in. Yesterday we had a practice, and he was really shooting the ball well. And then I come in at 2 o'clock today, and to be honest, and I know he gets shots up in the evening, but he's in here for an hour shooting. And again, it goes back to it's amazing whenever you get into a rhythm and you start making shots outside of the game, what it does for your confidence. And JD never lacks confidence. He always feels like he's in a good position. But for the most part, take away 1 or 2 possessions, he was under control, and he made some really big shots for us.
There was a fun stretch there in the first half. You guys hit, I think, 5 threes out of about 7 or 8 possessions, 5 different guys. One of them by the youngster, Sam Wining. He comes in. He didn't play in this first matchup, the first meeting between you guys at Georgetown. Sam didn't see the floor, and how about the youngster stands over there in the corner and just bangs in a big one.
Well, and that's another person. Sam's really put a lot of time in, and, as a freshman, I know there's times that he's frustrated. He wants to be out there helping our team, and he probably deserves. But as a freshman, there's also times, he's just now seeing the Mid-South Conference. And as he continues to grow and get older and understand it, he's going to get way more opportunities. He did a great job in that first half guarding. He did a really good job of stepping up and making a shot when his time was presented, and that's what you expect from him. And when you make plays like that, you tend to think, okay, if he's doing that now, it's going to continue to grow over the years. I'm really proud of him.
We get to talk quite a bit, you and I, and this week, I know leading up to this game, and even that first matchup, the athleticism of Georgetown creates a problem, and part of that is the rebounding. Tonight, they ended up winning the battle on the boards in the second half. They out-rebound you guys 26-15 in the second half. First half, you were pretty good. The offensive end, second half, that's what really led to that little run and helped them get back in it. Yeah,
first half we were really good. I think we were up 18-15 total rebounds at the half, and they had 3 offensive rebounds. So we end up getting out-rebounded 9 for the game, and they get 10 offensive rebounds the second half. It's easy to see. I mean, it's one of those that we're just sitting there begging our guys. Georgetown, obviously, unbelievably talented, can make shots. But one of their biggest advantages is they know they're long and athletic. Sometimes their best offense is, let's try to get the best shot we can. But if it goes in, great. If not, we got 6'9", 6'8", 6'6", flying in there. And you saw some pretty athletic finishes by them today. If we could have limited them to 1 like the first half, we probably win by about 15 or 16. But the second chance points, they had 8 in the second half. That's the big key. If we can do all these little things and continue to get better, I think, this team's still got a really high ceiling.
Coach, you will now get a few days off. Thankfully, I know you've had to ask your guys to play a lot of minutes, banged up a little bit. Obviously, I say a little bit, a lot. You still would love to get Jacob King back sometime in the very near future. But you'll have a few days off, a week off, before Shawnee State comes in here on Senior Day next Thursday.
Yeah, and that's the only thing I said to our guys. I didn't go into detail about it because Senior Night's going to be a tough one for me. These guys have put in a lot of time out, and I told everybody in the room, including the seniors, there's one goal at hand, and that's to make sure that these seniors go out the right way. They've all put something very important into our program, and they deserve to go out the right way. It will help us hopefully give us a chance to continue to move up in the standings. Looking at the scores tonight, things just got a lot more interesting with Life beating Cumberland's, it looks like, if they hold on. Shawnee has beaten Pikeville. So we're now in a 3-way tie for third. We're now, I guess it'd be 2 games back from Pikeville, but going into that last game, Pikeville does have to play Georgetown on Thursday. If Pikeville wins that, or if Georgetown wins that game and we take care of business Thursday, we're literally, I think, going to Pikeville for a chance for second place. I don't think we would ever have thought that. But
not after the 2 and 5
I told
start.
our guys when the second part of the conference started, our number 1 goal was to win the second half of the season. We're now 5-1. We are tied for first in the second half, or 4-1. I'm sorry. If we win the last 2, we will be a share of the lead, and we would jump maybe into a tie for second place. But we just have to worry about taking care of ourselves. Everything's still at our hands, and that's what we wanted the whole time.
We won't even look ahead to Shawnee State, my friend. I'm going to let you enjoy this, and we'll talk about that one on Inside CU Sports, my friend. Coach Brent Vernon and the Tigers pick up win number 20 here this evening as they knock off arch rival Georgetown 80-71. Win number 20, now 6-6 in Mid-South Conference play. As we